Hi everyone and welcome back to DearDharmaDude. My name is Vivian. I'm with the Venerable Master Hen Chang and my friend Johnny, and we were talking about last time teen suicide, and in spite of the relative sensitivity of the issue, it's really important to discuss the level of, I think, emotional support that someone gets.
No, we like to get into the resolution.
Okay, the resolution, or how to precautionary steps to prevent it if possible.
Right. Because the first thing is, because teenagers are young people, boys and girls. It's not like they commit, when people get older, they commit suicide for various reasons. For example, a stock crash, they couldn't support the family, then they commit suicide. That's a whole different level of stress. But young people now, they also have a lot of stress. And the level of stress of young teenagers mostly come from the source of like school, friendship, or perhaps the value system that the family has. So I would thinking about the first thing that we should do is thinking about talking to family, parents, about creating atmosphere where children, where boys and girls, be able to talk to their parents and express what they need, and make sure that their need is met, or their needs are met. One of the big things about the family values is that sometimes our parents don't have enough time. They're so busy making money and their own agenda. Sometimes at the time, say 14, 16, we just see that young people now, they spend a lot of time on the computer, on the internet, game. So it's just impossible for us to say, well, the family have to do this. It's impossible because the lifestyle that each of us has, and so. But it's so important that both the children and the parent have to come together and spend time and create a venue that we can exchange our ideas and thoughts. Sometimes parent doesn't want to listen. That's another problem. I don't think that Asian family, but across the board, everywhere nowadays, young people speaks a different language from the parent. The language of the computer, the language of the chat, the SMS, and so a lot of parents don't even know what you're talking about. Even they speak very well language, like Vietnamese or Chinese or English, but they could not understand the culture that you're in right now. The other aspect of it is sometimes even the family is open enough, but you don't feel that issue should be discussed with the mom and dad. Am I right?
Right.
So who do you discuss with?
Friends.
That's right, friends. And friends, not everyone can really help you. Am I right?
Right.
Don't you think? What do you think? You're a mediator. You know that.
Yeah. There are a lot of cases where
you can open them up.
If you cannot open them up, you must resign yourself and switch a different mediator.
So in your school, you have many mediators?
We train like a certain group. We get a certificate for that. But
so you would train?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, I should go to you next time. That's good.
Cases like if it's your personal friend, then perhaps it's too emotional for you to think clearly.
Yeah, to be objectively.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to refer to somebody else.
Yeah.
But what happens if you truly want to help your friend, and you know that you can really help, so you're close enough, you can talk him into something and talk him out of committing suicide. Is that the case?
I certainly feel like it. Like if a close friend try to discuss.
In other words,
suicide.
Yeah. In other words, we say some people hold the keys, but some people don't have the keys to open your heart.
Right.
Okay. Do you agree?
Yes. I agree.
Do you have experience on that one?
I think that sometimes, even if you can identify someone's need to have someone to talk to, you're just not that person. Even if like your interests are the same, it's just not you. It should be someone else, and it's beyond your control. I think. So I don't.
What is your experience then?
Yes.
When
people I mean, when my friends try to talk to me about such cases, I try to just say, but there are people that cares about you, people will be missed, but it just doesn't seem to be getting through.
Because the person doesn't get that. He can go to here, intellectually knows it, but he doesn't get that. I have my own view, because I think we need to cultivate this two group of people, the family and the friends, the two F, families and friends. We need to cultivate the support, the emotional support. So you can go either to your mom and dad, or you can either go to the very good friends of you, the best friends of you. And the best friends have to be the people who really understand, who really care, but also knowledgeable of how to help you. Sometimes our best friends are only good at just simply talk you into doing bad thing, or agree with everything you say. Oh, that's not the best friend. Best friend could be the people who really care for you, but have knowledge.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut in, but I really like the fact that you're saying knowledgeable. I know when I was in high school, again, I knew a lot of people that were contemplating it, and actually few people that ended up actually committing suicide. With that said, it's really interesting, like when you know someone needs help, and you know that you're not the person to help them, so you seek professional help or something like that, or essentially you notify the parents, like, hey, watch out for your kid, or you tell a school official, and that person who's like the really depressed person, they in turn get mad at you, and it pushes them even more. It's that vicious cycle. It's such a sensitive issue. I don't know. I don't even know. It's just so. You want to help, but you can't really help because if you help, it's worse.
You really get stuck there. It doesn't help anyone. Those kind of cases is really hard to change unless you have a really good method and methodology, and you have a good support, and you have to work for a long period of time in order to get the person out of it. We're not talking also about one very important thing is sometimes it's not that emotion, but emotion now become pathological, meaning sickness, deep sickness. The person really, maybe the person taking drugs as well, or have been on certain kind of medication.
Mind-altering substances.
And so the body and the mind, the brain get changed, and now the whole view about the world is delusional. And it's not just because of emotion, but it's the whole body, physical.
Chemical imbalance, essentially,
right. So to that, I would suggest another one is really the doctors who can help you, who really knows what's going on. But usually, sometimes doctors cannot help if you don't have the family and the friend support. But I want to bring up another aspect of it is the culture of love. The culture of love doesn't mean romantic love, but the love meaning a giving love, a care, a culture of care. This is what we call love and care. Because when somebody else cares for you, and you know you are cared, you know you are loved, I think the whole atmosphere is different. Because in love, we are not selfish. When we have that love, we want to give and share. So love doesn't mean the possessiveness. Love is giving. But if we are growing in that loving atmosphere, usually we don't get so stuck up and want to commit suicide, because we love our life as well. We love others' lives. So I think we need to have a family, meaning a very caring family, caring mom and dad, but we also need the very knowledgeable friends, but we also need a very keen and good doctor or physicians who really care for our medical conditions. But there is a culture that we need to grow into it, and that culture is called the culture of care and love.
So love, it sounds cliche, but love actually is the answer. It changes your overall perspective, it changes your interpretation and your approach.
I don't know if we have time, but I have remembered one story, and that one.
We have time next time, right, guys? Okay, so maybe next time.
Next time.
Thank you, Johnny, again for your answer or your question, and thank you, Master, for your wisdom, and thank you, viewers. See you next time. Bye.